This is Spill the Sauce podcast with
Sam Hastings with Sam Sauce.
Enradi from Fire.
Let's keep spilling that good stuff.
I'm gonna get this started and just hit us with where even is my microphone thing? Everybody, this is gonna be like a weird episode because Sam and I are together for the first time doing this episode, this podcast, and we are live in Albuquerque, New Mexico, after the Fiery Food Show 2023, which we have been talking about for what feels like forever. Samuel Hastings, the floor is yours.
Hello. It's exhausting, guys. I mean, it's awesome. You guys get to see a bunch of cool content, but after the storm, I mean, yeah, it's a lot of work, a lot of fun though, but she's tiring. I'm ready.
Tell me how it is for you to get here. Some people had an easy drive. Some others, we have a story to tell. And I wanna hear. All right, leaving Minnesota. Sam's cracking up. Leaving Minnesota to the Fiery Food Show. How is that for you?
Oh, it was awesome. It was a cakewalk. We just were on the road by 5 a.m, got to Albuquerque at midnight. It was great. I mean, honestly, no complaints, really. I don't know if we have enough time to revert the question back to you, but Roddy, how did it go?
Well, so we left. So Radi from Fire, that is I. Radi from Fire left Philly this year with the Pickle Monster Boys, and we shared my van. And we left Philadelphia. I want to say it was. No, it was. I want to say that we left Philly probably around Monday around like 5 p.m. And we got to Kansas Tuesday morning, actually. I think it was like Tuesday, right around like 10 in the morning. And then we leaving Kansas. You know how in the press, in a couple previous episodes, I was talking about how, oh, my van might not make it. And Sam was like,
don't say that.
but then I said it and said it again and again. And ladies and gentlemen, what happened was, leaving Kansas, my van turned on the engine light. And I was like, you know what? We got 500 miles to go. What's the worst that can happen? And then the worst happened. My van blew up. Not really.
It did.
It pretty much did. The van, the engine just died, pretty much. We had some mechanical problems, and we got stranded in the middle of Kansas, Greensburg, Kansas. After that, we had to like walk on the highway close to like midnight, and there's semis just fucking breezing by us, and we're like, let's not die here. Got to this little motel about 3 miles back, and there was a sign. You remember the sign?
Yeah, it was scary. It's not a sign you want to see.
Sam was so worried, everybody. Oh, I just want you to know. As soon as this happened, I texted a group chat, and I'm like, hey, we are stranded. And I'm like, but this is my tone when I'm saying, I'm like, oh, we're stranded. It'll take us a little longer to get there because we were supposed to meet with the boys at midnight-ish at Mark's Hotel. And then Sammy's got old daddy on me. What happened?
Because somebody needed to keep an eye on our little buddy Roddy. I mean, we were worried about him, but yeah, he was cool. He was chill, and all of us were just in panic mode, thinking just like, uh-oh, this is not okay. He's like 8 hours away from Albuquerque. It's like 11 p.m. What the hell's going to happen? And, I mean, wrapping things up to some degree, they made it. Everything was awesome, but it's scary for the boys, for us, because we were worried.
On our end, we were like, oh, shit, the van broke down. How do we get to Albuquerque? Because honestly, in that moment, I remember calling my dad, and I was like, hey, Dad, the van died. I'm going to leave it in the side of the highway and just continue going. All right, good. And he was like, what the fuck? Take the license plates off at least. So that's what I did. I took the plates off. And I left the van in Greensburg, Kansas. And we found the next morning after sleeping in this hotel. Oh, we even got to the sign. The sign said, if I were you, I turned back if I were you.
Straight out of Dodge.
Literally, we were like, I don't. At that moment, we're like so tired from walking and everything. We're like, this is a sign from God that we should probably just go into this town. Actually, because I'll take that as an invitation. Anyway, next morning we called the one U-Haul in town, and they're like, "Yeah, we don't have a truck. You gotta call this other one, like almost 50 miles away or something." And then they have one truck that we decided to take, and the guy, we're okay. We're gonna go there in a little bit. Let's find an Uber to get us there. Ladies and gentlemen, what the fuck is up with Kansas? There's nothing in Kansas. No Ubers, no taxis. Is that what living in the middle of nowhere is? How's Austin, Minnesota?
Pretty booming compared to Kansas or wherever we were. I mean, Austin isn't great. It's like a high 20s, low 30,000 population. But I mean, we do have gas stations often. We do have, taxi services and rental car opportunities around here. You got like 3 hours in between major cities where you're fucked.
Absolutely fucked. And he's not kidding. Like, if you look in the map at the western side of Kansas, almost at Oklahoma, at the border, there's nothing at all for hundreds of miles. It feels like that. But anyway, we had to call the U-Haul again and be like, "Hey, dude, we want the truck, but we have no way of getting it. How do we get this truck?" And he was like, "Oh, I remember Nick asked him, can you pick us up?" And the guy was like, "For $75, I will." And we're like, "You know what? Fuck it. We'll do it." In the end, he ended up not charging me because, a little something on the road. No, he was just a super nice guy and didn't charge us at the end. He did keep my van though. Because I was like, "Hey, my van is abandoned. Isn't the parking lot of this motel?" So Steve signed for AAA that same night, and they're like, "Oh, what's your membership?" Blah blah blah. And he's like, "I don't have one, but I think it would be a perfect time to sign up for one right now because we're stranded." And then the van got towed at some point back to the motel that we were at, and then in the morning we just emptied it. We got the U-Haul truck, and we made the rest of the way to Albuquerque. Now we get to Albuquerque, we go to Chef's house. What happens to Chef's house?
We eat a lot of good food, and everything is good, right?
Everything is good, but I'm a little disappointed that we didn't have the chili burgers this year.
Oh yeah, we did have a boy drop out. He was gonna do some chili burgers. He had something else that came up, and it's fine. We had some awesome local pizza. Chef buddy down there just did some bitch and nachos for us, and it's just good people, good times. A bunch of us hot sauce weirdos before the show starts, so it was a really cool intro to what's to come.
It feels like we have a party every night, and it has structured itself to always be the same now. So Thursday, we get to Chef's. Mm-hmm. Friday, we hang out at our house. Saturday, we go to the Leper Lounge, everybody. Who was at the Leper Lounge?
Oh, everyone that you wanted to be was at the Leper Lounge. I mean, we should honestly just charge attendee admittance for this thing, $50 a head. Sauce Leopard, Halogi, Miso Heat was there, cooking outdoors, obviously Faya, Sam Sauce, the Stanky Boys. Pickle Monsters. Don't want to forget anybody. Who else was there?
I think that was all of them. You mentioned everybody. Halogi. Let's go by room by order in the room. You enter the room, and you had what? The Stanky Boys were right there. Obviously, the Sauce Leopard guys, because Sean. Then we had Oso Rojo. Then you had Halogi. Then you had Miso Heat. Then you had the Stanky Boys again, because there were 3 of them. Then there's you, Hayden, the Pickle Boys, myself.
Yeah, I think that was it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it. And that was a lot. That was awesome. Really good people. Awesome. That was a great highlight of just really close camaraderie where it's all of us are there, and it's not like in the casino where it's a bunch of crazy. It wasn't a wild party. It was just a cool way to just chill with the dudes that we hang out with, or the people that you wish you could hang out with in your face.
You know what it feels like? Yo, for those of you who don't know, when you come to the show, not only this one, but any big Hot Sauce event, there is the OG clique of the Spicy Squad. And I mean the Vic Klinko, Old Agnes, Dino, the guys from Rising Smoke, the Palmatiers. There's Booker Bud and Ed Curry. And those dudes hang out together, and they're like a thing. They move like a mob all together, and they do everything together. And then there's the new guys. I feel like the Spicy Squad is compromised by everyone who hangs out at the Leper Lounge. The actual new age of Spicy Squad people, it's us, the Leper Lounge people. And it's just so fun.
It's honestly like no rip on them, no disrespect, but they would never listen to these podcasts anyways. So we can say it's like the out with the old and in with the new. We are the Spicy Squad. They're the old Smokies, we could call them.
The old smoke. Yo, Sam's coming up with some of the funniest things right now. The old Smokies, he said. All right, let's get to the show. Fridays slow, Saturdays a little crazy, Sunday slow. What was your favorite thing of the show?
Dude, just being surrounded by people that we like to be around. I mean, last year was awesome. There was just some people around that we were just unfamiliar with. So it was cool. You know, we just kind of try to stick with what we know, but also kind of approach everybody as well, too. This year, we just chose to be around the people we wanted to be with. So it was just Sauce Leopard next to the stage, Hologi, myself, Roddy, Pickle Monster, and a whole bunch of other guys littered all over the place. But we were in our own island of awesome. We were like the Headbangers Alley. It was sweet.
It was literally Headbanging Alley, everybody, because it was just metal dudes. Sean is a metal guy. Halogi's a huge metal guy. There's a Pickle Monster Boys, there's myself, there's Sam's house. Everybody's just like, that's Rocktown down there. And it was awesome. I think that getting to like connect with some other people, you know, connecting with fucking Nick Curry from Halogi, that guy is amazing. The guys from Cantina Real also, wait, are they at the Liquor Lounge too?
No, they were not. This isn't. I mean, we could have like 12 episodes right here in the middle of our little our shindig. It felt like somebody flipped the light switch off, and we're just like, oh, haha, hey, quit that shit off, turn it back on. It's like, no, they lost power. And it's like, okay, whatever. But we didn't realize like the entire casino went out black. People were like kind of stuck in the elevator for a while, and I think that was the issue. They could not come up. And then I believe it was Osorojo's dad. He's just like, you want to know what just happened? That was Ocean's 11 down in the casino, I bet. Like, everything went out. And then the lights came back on, and a whole bunch of money was gone. So, yeah, it was weird, man. It was kind of funny.
Yo, can you imagine you're like ahead of the game, and you started with like $20, and you're at $1,000, and you're like, I want to go fucking home. What's that much money? And the power goes off, and then you lose all your money. I wonder how that works.
Oh, it's like, you know, that probably wouldn't have been a thing. They got to be up for that, but it's still just the idea of just sketchy darkness, tons of people in a huge casino. Yeah, that's not supposed to happen.
Definitely not. But getting back to the show anyway, this is the second year for both of us coming back to the Fire Food Show. This is the 34th year of that show. It's been going on for. I'm 29 years old. Not even. I'm 28. I'm turning 29 in a couple of months. So just this show is older than I am. This show is as old as Sam is.
It is as old as I am. I'll be 35 this summer. And I thought that was funny because I kept thinking it's been going on for like 20 something years. And I'm like, oh yeah, shit. No, it's been going on a lot longer than that.
Yeah, 34 years, dude, is a long time.
Oh, yeah.
For some of those people to have been coming back here from day one. It's insane. Yeah, I think this time of the year has turned into New Mexico time for me. The end of February and going and into March is, I think of that time of the year as, hey, I'm gonna be in New Mexico with the Spicy Squad. We're gonna do the show. We're gonna have a good time. The same old gang, the same old stuff. And I look forward to always doing this with you guys.
It has been pretty awesome, and the only downfall is it really a downfall. We keep meeting more awesome people, and everyone just kind of sees us as not like where the party is, but we're young, maybe not really young, but we're active. We want to meet people, we want to do things, and everyone's just like, what are we doing tonight? What are we doing tonight? And it's like, we got a lot of things going on with a lot of other people. We're kind of tapped, buddy. Not saying like we're too good for other people. We want to hang out with everyone, but there's so many cool people. We can't do it all. That's the downfall. That's the only negative.
Yo, I'm so mad right now that we didn't even mention meeting the Hot Sauce Realm. We met Ashley.
Oh, shit. Oh, no. I'm devastated right now. Yeah, Ashley, her whole family, the little kids. They had like a babysitter with and everything, and everybody was just so revved up. Hot sauce all day. Yeah, they were awesome. We hung out with them a lot. And another downfall is we weren't able to hang out with them more. Great people.
I also miss our boys from Fat Guy Certified.
Oh, that's another disappointment. That's probably the biggest disappointment of the whole year is for the people that couldn't go there. So Turk, Slug, Fat Guy Certified. It did feel like they were OG Spicy Squad. They are. That's like our little group we chat in amongst ourselves. Not like elitist, but it's just like we're just a bunch of hoodlums that just like we really get along. We were like the first ones that we really like met up and everything, but they weren't able to make it, and yeah, that was a bummer.
I think the Spicy Squad formed out of the necessity of like, hey, I've never gone to do this thing, and I kind of want to do it. Would you do it with me? Honestly, I'm out of New Mexico. Monica, you can blame him. I'm out of New Mexico because last year Sam was like, hey, there's a show out in New Mexico. Do you want to go? And I was like, what the fuck? Like, it's 2,000 miles away. It's going to be 4 days driving to get there. Nah. And then I was like, man, why the hell not? And now here I am, and I do not regret it.
Oh, dude. And then God bless Monica. I mean, not just 2 kids. You got another one, a fairly new newborn.
And a cat.
Oh, and then she's just like, Roddy, you do you. I'm going to take care of everything. But Monica, if you're listening, I know when Roddy gets home, he's going to make things right. He's going to treat you real good because you're a rock star.
I'm going to cook her favorite steak dinner and just like, foot massage.
Nice, dude. Hannah loves a good foot rub. And I know she was all alone this weekend with her dog, Wally. Felt so bad, but I'm going to have to go home, give her a little feet loving. I think she'll really like that.
Feet loving just sounds wrong. Don't say that again.
I'm not going to say that again.
It's not even going to make it to the podcast. This is going to be, and this is the clip that goes on Instagram. But yeah, what else?
Oh, boy. Tired, man. It's just good food, good people. I'm sure as the days go on, we're going to remember more things. That's what it feels like right now. Because it's like, I know there's cool people we've met. Too many people to name. And hopefully we will be bringing on a lot of those people in future episodes. So please stay tuned. We have a lot in the works, a lot of new people. And just not refreshing old faces, brand new people, fairly new in the industry that are bringing up a lot of cool new things. So get ready for that content.
Yeah. One of the things that, just like you said, like there's so much that has happened this weekend. Well, for me, it's not a weekend. It's 15 days of this trip, so it feels like a fucking month. But even the actual show from Thursday loading in into Sunday night, because ladies and gentlemen, this is abuse. I suggest we get Monday to unload. Anyone, hey Mark, the new guy taking over the Fire Food Show. If you listen to this, please let us unload on Monday. Because it's brutal for all of us. Most of it. Honestly, don't make it so that we have to unload on Monday, but make it optional. Give us until like noon on Monday.
Oh, dude, that'd be fantastic. It's just like the herd of cars trying to get out of there. You're going to be in line for like 40 minutes, an hour. And then it's just like you're rushing to get out and wait to unload. Or to load for that matter. So it's like you're rushing for almost nothing. So sometimes it's like, do I just sit in my booth for 2 hours and chill, wait for the chaos to end, and then leave casually? Or do I try to rush out and be the first one and still be waiting in line forever?
And then also, like, by the time that Sunday clicks at like 7, and that's the moment that you realize, oh, I've been standing. I'm on my feet for the last 3 days. And my voice is shut, my back hurts, my feet hurts, my soul hurts. And now you have to unload and dismount your entire booth. And if you didn't sell all your stuff, load it back up. Which last year I came with 150 cases of hot sauce like a dickhead.
Dude, I mean, that's what we were expecting. We didn't really know, so we just came in with a lot of stuff. Last thing you want to do is be there for the first time, sell out of everything. But we're learning. But yeah, it's just it's a lot. There's long days. I mean, and I don't know about you, like my voice isn't gone, but for how dry my throat is, that's the issue. Because, I mean, we're up a mile in the air, 5,000 feet elevation, desert, dry community. You get dehydrated, but just your voice, I mean, it's like, unless it's shot because you're talking so much, it's just so fucking dry, and you can't keep up. So if I sound like a smoker right now, because that's feeling pretty bad. But yeah, we're surviving.
Yeah, so the unloading is insane. Loading in is also insane. I was kind of happy. Not kind of happy. I was very happy, actually. The fact that, like, did you get some of those people that were like, hey, it's you from last year? I had, like, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 of those. And that made my entire weekend. That one guy was like, yo, my wife told me to come for Purple Flame by name. And I was like, oh, take it.
Dude, that stuff makes a trip. I mean, for a lot of people, I mean, you see brand recognition, that's killer. And obviously people know what I look like. It's my whole shtick. But you just see, I probably saw 5 individuals come up to me with like my Sam's House bandanas from last year on their face. And I'm just like, dude, fuck yeah. That was the coolest shit ever. I mean, they just came in hot. I loved it. That was the best. Just love it on that.
That is awesome because they came rocking your bandana looking for you.
Yeah, so I do feel bad. I told people in all honesty, unless I like won like a big award, like I won first in Verde, I wasn't really planning on coming back, and then I kind of had to. So if we both didn't show up, because we were both a little on the fence, we'd have disappointed. I mean, we're not fucking the coolest people ever. We're not going to say that, but there would have been a handful of people that would have been pretty disappointed. But that's the people we want to be there for, because hopefully that only grows.
You know, it's funny because I feel like you're just a culprit of all of this, you fuck. Because last year, again, I was like, I'm not gonna go 2,000 miles away for a freaking weekend show. That's stupid. I'm not gonna make my money back. And I kind of just broke even last year, and I was like, this is a vacation. So I treat it as a vacation where I work a little bit, kind of. I hang out with the guys for a weekend. We do weird stuff. We hang out. We get food. We hang. You know, Sam gets in the tub, and then we just all get with him. And then, yeah, this year I was very on the fence. I was like, but, ladies and gentlemen, we got first and second place in the Verde category out here in New Mexico. How's that like, dude?
Dude, that's literally the only reason both of us are there. Not saying last year was a bust. It was good. It was good connections, but it's a big commitment. It's far. I mean, Roddy lives in Philly. There's tons of local opportunities where he doesn't have to travel that far for. Myself, a small community in Austin, Minnesota. I have to travel a bit for bigger shows, but I mean, there's a lot of fun ones out there that aren't that far away. So we were just like, fuck. I mean, that was a big trip. It was a big commitment. And I think we were both like 95% like, nah. But then, you know, we did good. And it's like, God damn it.
I don't know if we've talked about this, and if I did, I'm sorry. But we were just retelling the story, actually, how when we got the emails for the Scovies and who won the Scovies, I got second place in the Verde category, and I was livid. I was ecstatic. I was so happy. I was like, holy shit, second place in Verde in New Mexico. I got a second place Scovie in Albuquerque. It was insane. And then I had my fun. I was just partying. I have Sam patting me in the back like a big daddy, like, oh, proud of you, son. And then he had been saying, I honestly, and I want you to look at me in the eye, Sam, because we're together. I want you to know something. I'm so happy that you got first place. It couldn't have been better. But so what happened was I get second place, and I'm hype. When I say I'm hype as fuck. And then I think it was the next day, Sam goes like, hey, buddy. I got first place. And he delivered it in like, oh shit, like I did something wrong. And he was like, what? That is awesome. There's no one that I would have preferred to be with in the same category as you.
That was pretty sweet, because honestly, I was probably most ecstatic when you said you won second, because you're just like, yeah, it's like, you know, second in Verde, and I'm like, buddy, that's a huge fucking thing. That's awesome. And then Scott from Lucky Dog won third in Verde. I'm like, once again, killer sauce, great people, big deal. And I just was out of sight, out of mind. I'm like, no, there's no way in hell. I probably forgot I even entered Smokey J in Verde. And then when I got an email for the awards, because, you know, I won something, I was stoked. I make Hannah, her actually open the email and read it. And I just heard her basically say, okay, and your winner awards are the following. And then it's just said, and then she's reading it to me, and she's like, for the Verde category. And I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Because I already know who got second, who got third. I'm just like, no fucking way.
I can only imagine your whole body dropping like, oh, fuck. Because, yeah, by that time, Scott had already announced he got third place. I had announced that I had second place. There is no other way. There is no other possibility for anything else in that category but first place.
It was hilarious because Hannah's just like, what do you mean? I'm just like, God damn it. I was like, obviously I wasn't upset, but I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Because it's not, I mean, no disrespect to the sauce. It's amazing. It does really well, but I never really considered it a verde. There's no tomatillos. I mean, it's smoked with cherry wood, and I just thought that was kind of goofy. But then all of a sudden, when I saw that order, I'm like, okay, I just need to stop it and just realize, I guess it is a verde, and people dig it, man. But it was a blast being right next to you too, and just like flexing that verde love because that's what people come to the Fiery Food Show in New Mexico.
They definitely do come just for that. It's weird because you're like, I've been working at this for so long. I've been trying to put it out there. I finally got an award for Salsa Verde. It's awesome. I'm happy. Let me tell you about it. But people come like, nope, I want the Verde. That's it. I'm buying it. That's it. Just shut up. And I'm like, okay, just here you go. And it's like almost culty. They just come in like with a little newspaper flyer for who won an award. And they track everyone down and buy those. And then they leave.
Yeah, because honestly, I mean, Verdes are awesome. Rojas are awesome. I like more Louisiana style sauces or more with fruit or just more involved. Like, no rules allowed. So it's like I would see much more use if I won like, a big award in like a fruit category or Louisiana. I'd be like, fuck yeah. But dude, Albuquerque, it's Verde, it's Rojas, those classics. So I guess I should just, go for those because that's kind of what the people want. But I think in other communities, they might think of those as like, oh, it's like, grandma, grandpa sauces. That's old school. But I mean, our stuff's not old school. There's a lot of new flavors. There's a lot of cool stuff coming out that's probably changing the whole like scheme of like what is a verde, what is a roja, what is like a super hot sauce. I mean, it's not just death with extracts. There's a lot of big flavors coming out there.
Speaking of extracts, I did my first taste, like my first full tablespoon, tasting spoon of extract. It was just pure Reaper, and it felt like I was blowing a cactus.
Dude, that's not good. I've done little extracts before in California at like a Pepper Palace thing, and I taste all these like million Scoville unit sauces back to back to back. They're good, and then all of a sudden you get to this extract and you get like just like a little dropper of it, and then it's not like it's brutal on your tongue. But you get muscle spasms in your stomach. I mean, it's like you feel you're gonna vomit. Some people do, and it's immediate because your stomach's not ready for that. It's a chemical. It's medicinal. It's not even. It shouldn't be a food item. It's like kind of those like that gimmick, that challenge. That if you guys have tried our sauces, we don't go for that shit. We go for something that you can really enjoy. No one enjoys that shit. No way in hell.
Now here's a question: do we have Ed Curry to blame for extracts of like super hot peppers?
No, I want to say because I'm 34. I remember old school Pepper Palace or in Minneapolis at the Mega Mall of America. They'd always have this pepper store as a little kid, and this was when I was like 10, whatever. And they always had million Scoville unit sauces, or they had the Source, which is I think probably like 2.3 million extract back in the day. And it was like a big gimmick. It was a big deal. And people bought it as a gag gift, or they just bought it to buy it. None of those sauces were curated to be like tasty. They just was just a bunch of garbage. So I think nowadays, with Ed Curry and a lot of those people, they're really flexing on that super hot because they can handle it. But I think other people are still trying to go for like, all right, let's get that super hot pepper flavor profile, but let's just not kill people with it. But some people like that shit still too. They want to hurt. I want to taste good.
Yeah, I think that do you know by up the top of your head how many Scoville heat units are in the bomb?
Oh no, I think all right. So I think with Scoville heat units, a lot of people just don't know. They just you just tell me what it is. It's like, no, it's like scientifically tested. You send it into a lab. It costs a lot of money. So I think a lot of sauces that say like this is how Scoville hot it is, they're winging it. They're just making some shit up, and that's cool because people buy it. I don't want to do that. I want to make sure it's exact, and I'm not going to pay that because I think just the exact Scoville units of a sauce doesn't really matter. Just tell people what it is, fairly how hot it is, and go with it. But yeah, like the bomb, I think it's probably not that crazy high. It's probably like not even up to like 1 million Scoville units, but it's just that OG extract. That was one of those sauces that was around way back in the day, and it's around for a reason. Because everyone can literally buy it once and never again. And that's how places like that make their money. People aren't buying that shit over and over. They're not.
Yeah, no, I have one bottle in my kitchen. I think I've opened it a handful of times just to have people try it. I've never actually consumed the bomb. I'm not gonna buy empanadas and be like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna put the bomb on this because it will be thebomb.com. I'm gonna buy tacos and slobber with the bomb. There's no way. So like, it's more like people who come to my kitchen and they're like, oh, what's the hottest shit you have? And I'm like, here's the one drop and here's the bomb. And that's just the way that I do it for them.
I mean, but it's just liquid death. It's just that gimmick appeal. I mean, people buy it once, and that's it. I mean, for people like us, we want people to be repeat customers because they enjoy it, not because it's just causing them a great amount of joy by like burning their friends. It's like that's not fun. I don't want it to be a gag gift. I want things that you can actually go through, enjoy, and look forward to purchasing again. Otherwise, we can't keep doing this. We just need to make sure people are actually like what we do.
So, and now moving to a different kind of question. What's the plan from tomorrow and on? What's happening with Sam Hastings on Monday, March 6th of 2023? You're going back to Minnesota, and then what's the plan?
Oh, man, it's going to be awesome. Well, the drive back's going to suck. That'll be 18-hour stretch. Coming here, it was fine, but like going there, it's a long weekend. But right when I get back, probably R&R, a little rest and recover for the first couple of days. This coming weekend, I'm going to go see a comedian show with my wife Hannah up in Minneapolis. And then the next weekend, boom, I'll be in Chicago for a big tattoo convention. I'm like, shit, it's going to be awesome. I'm going to love it. But it's 2 big events kind of back to back. And then after that, it's hopefully spring. Hopefully it's going to be warm in Minnesota, and then we can start doing cool shit outside.
Are tattoo conventions like your thing now? Like, how many have you done now? Like, it feels like you're doing one tattoo convention every like 3 months, and I'm assuming that you stick out. You and your psychedelic branding and your persona. Yo, if you haven't met Sam, Sam's a character, and this is what I like to describe it. Sam's like straight out of a movie of like stoner psychedelic and shit, and he's like tall, goofy, white Minnesotan boy. Who's just like super cute. Oh, he got a leg cramp. We're together in bed, sitting on Hayden's bed, recording this podcast. And he's just stretching and has like a weird face right now. He's like, ah. The boy's got a cramp on his left leg. Are you okay?
Yeah.
I think it's just that he's old and we've been sitting in the car for like 2 days and then standing for like way too long. And then just like now I have him here almost in horizontal position again. He's not having a good time.
All right, we're back, guys. We're back in action. Oh, yeah, I'm cramping up. Yeah, the ride home's going to be rough. But no, I like doing those big shows because it's just fun. Just have like exclusive for just doing like those shows. And I like tattoos. I like the community. And I just have a blast doing them.
Perfect. For me, I think it's gonna take me a couple of days to get back to Philly. Oh, I ended up renting a car, by the way. I don't know if we ever finished that story. You're gonna hear about that for the next year, in bits and pieces, and you're gonna get, oh shit, my equipment just fell. And you're gonna get like new bits and pieces of information. This is pizza. Hayden came up to bed with a slice of pizza yesterday, and he fell asleep while eating it. And he dropped it on the floor. Anyway, but for me, it's gonna be the Pickle Boys and I are going back home. We're heading south from here. We're going to the desert for a little bit because it's kind of like on the way. And then we're just going to try to make it home by like Wednesday night or Thursday morning. And then that Saturday right away, I'm back at a farmer's market. It's my thing. So what happens back in Philly? I'm out of some product. I have to cook, but I'll figure it out. Are you okay?
Just getting old, Roddy. I was just sitting like, like my legs all crossed on a bed. We're trying to do this all cutesy and close, and it's my body. It's shutting down, guys. Getting old. Old man Sam.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Sam says it's been enough. Sam's body needs a shower. He needs some sleep. He needs to be in horizontal position with the boy next to him. So, everybody, thank you again for listening to Spill the Sauce podcast with Sam Hastings. Why did I say your name? Can you say your name? Thank you for listening to Spill the Sauce with Roddy from Faya and my boy here,
Roddy from Faya.
No, you're supposed to say Sam Hastings. What the fuck?
Sam Hastings with Sam's house.
All right. It's been real, everybody. Sam, where can they find you?
Oh, samsauce.com and Sam's house on Instagram and, the Facebook and all that jazz, YouTube. You know how we do. What about you, Roddy?
Before I even go into that, I think it's so fun that you had to buy samsauce.com I want to say your brain just like just normal. Because of the fact that like if I'll be honest, if I just happen to hear Sam's house without reading it, I'll be like, oh, Sam's house, right? Like, is it samshouse.com? Like, what the fuck is it's Sam's house that we're gonna like see on this? Like, what is the house of Sam? It's confusing. But yeah.
I love it. I love confusing you guys. And yeah, just like, Sam's sauce is pretty much what the whole title is, but I like to get raspy with it. So you get that sauce. And I don't know how else to spell it. So I like it, but I'm a pain in the ass, guys. I know.
The Heat Source podcast love the way that you say sauce. So I'm gonna need you to like get real close and use like ASMR it and say Sam sauce.
Sam's house. Sam's house.
Oh, he hosted. Anyway, boys, I am Radi from Fire. Boys and girls. I'm Radi from Fire. You can find me at fire.co or firehotsauce.com. I actually also have a bunch. I have Philly's besthotsauce.com too, and it is my website. I have a bunch of like domains that will redirect you to my website, and it's just like stupid stuff that I'm just hoping to get some business from. This has been Spill the Sauce podcast. We will be back next week with another episode. How are we recording next week if you're gonna be in fucking Chicago?
Oh, dude, we can do things. We can probably like do a rip like, Thursday night. We normally like to record, like Mondays or Thursdays. We'll have time.
That means that I have to get back home by Thursday night. We'll figure it out. This is Spill the Sauce. See you next week or not. Who knows? Bing, bada boom, bom, bom.